Muletrain!
It is time now for the Friday, January 13, 2007 Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
AIM Bank is proud to announce the acquisition of the Muleshoe State Bank with locations in Muleshoe and Farwell. The addition of these two thriving markets will complement AIM Bank's existing footprint in West Texas. AIM Bank currently maintains 16 full-service banks in the Panhandle, South Plains, Permian Basin, and Big Country regions of Texas. Our commitment to our customers comes first, stated Bob Finney, CEO of the Muleshoe State Bank. The merger with AIM Bank allows Muleshoe State Bank and the Farwell Banking Center to partner with strong West Texas bankers. AIM Bank's core belief in the rural values, agriculture, and community makes it the obvious choice for a strong community bank such as Muleshoe State Bank. We are anticipating the acquisition and conversion to be completed during the second quarter of 2017. The advantages of joining AIM Bank for existing Muleshoe and Farwell customers is exciting, stated Jay Messenger, president of the Muleshoe State Bank. AIM Bank will bring technology enhancements, increased lending capabilities, and a wider trade area. AIM Bank also mirrors the same commitment of supporting our local communities as the Muleshoe State Bank. AIM Bank was originally chartered on September 19, 1925, as the First National Bank of Littlefield. Be sure and watch the interview we are going to be doing with Jay Messenger, the president of the Muleshoe State Bank, about the merger with AIM Bank. It will be online as well as on the air in the near future. The high on Thursday was 62 degrees, the low 28, and at 7 o'clock it was this morning on Friday, officially 28 degrees in Muleshoe, and it's still 28 degrees now at 10 o'clock. 5 area telephone West Plains Telecommunications now brings you the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, in our entire vicinity. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 area, whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world. Security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company. 5 area plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Sliding control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 area 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Well, really nice, unseasonably warm temperatures over the last couple of days, but of course that's all changing today. As Mom mentioned, it's only 28 degrees this Friday morning here in Muleshoe. At Channel 6, we do have a chance of rain or freezing rain before noon today, then a chance of rain in the afternoon hours for Friday. Cloudy, high only around 41 degrees. East-northeast winds around 10 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation during the daytime is 30%. Rain likely tonight. Cloudy with a low around 35 degrees. East-northeast wind between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 60% Friday evening. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch are possible. Rain likely during the day on Saturday, then rain and possibly a thunderstorm in the afternoon hours. High around 40 degrees for Saturday. East winds around 10 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 80%. New rainfall amounts between a quarter and half an inch are possible. Rain and possibly a thunderstorm Saturday night. Chance of precipitation is 90%. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall, low around 35. East-southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. Rain and thunderstorms likely again on Sunday. Chance of precipitation is 90%. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall, high around 44 degrees during the day on Sunday. East-southeast winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon hours. Sunday night, a chance of rain and possibly snow. Mostly cloudy, low around 32 degrees, south winds around 10 miles per hour, becoming west after midnight. Chance of precipitation is 30%. So we have rain chances in the forecast for the entire weekend, including today on Friday, then a chance of snow Sunday night. It's not going to be extremely cold, but much cooler than it has been the last several days, with highs in the lower 40s and the lows in the mid 30s, and then Sunday night the low should get to around 32. On Martin Luther King Day on Monday, mostly sunny, high near 51 degrees, so warming up a little bit. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming north in the afternoon hours. Mostly cloudy Monday night, low around 25. 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
Daryl Jennings, 74, of Lubbock, a former longtime resident of the Last Buddy community, died yesterday morning on Thursday. He and his wife, Glenda, lived at Raider Ranch in Lubbock. Funeral services will be held here in Muleshoe on Tuesday afternoon at 2 at the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, with burial at the Last Buddy Cemetery under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. He is survived by his wife Glenda, his daughter Jonessa Brockman, and her husband Guy of Shallowater, a brother Hoppy and his wife Marcella, a sister Tamara, an aunt Pat Nichols of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, and a first cousin here in Muleshoe is Belinda Head. Please remember all of the family of Daryl Jennings, 74 years of age, of Lubbock, former longtime resident of the Last Buddy community, in your prayers. And repeating, he died on Thursday morning in Lubbock, and he lived at the Raider Ranch there. The funeral services will be Tuesday afternoon at 2 in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, with burial at the Last Buddy Cemetery under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Robert Berry, 58, of Venus, Texas, formerly of Muleshoe, died suddenly of an apparent heart attack on Monday morning shortly after 2 at his home in Venus. He was the brother of Jimmy Berry, Robin Atwood, and Linda Tosh, all of Muleshoe. Funeral services for Robert Berry will be at 10:30 Monday morning at the Creekwood Church in Mansfield, Texas, under the direction of Blessings Funeral Home of Mansfield. He was born Robert Berry on October 29, 1957 in Littlefield to Alan and Barbara Berry. His mother, Barbara Berry of Muleshoe, died just last July. She worked for many, many years at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. He worked at the DFW airport. Robert Berry married his high school sweetheart, Tammy Whitaker, here in Muleshoe on Valentine's Day, February the 14th, 1980. Survivors are his wife, Tammy, of the home in Venus, his father, Alan Berry, also of Venus, his two children, a daughter, Stormy of Venus, and a son, Kelly, who is stationed in the United States Army at El Paso, a brother, Jimmy, and his wife, Rhonda, and their children, Dakota, Levi, and Ethan, all of Muleshoe, 4 sisters, Robin Atwood and her children, DJ, Sean, Zachary, and Stephen, Linda Tosh and her husband Billy and their children Dallas, Bubba, and Lee, all of Muleshoe, Michelle Berry of Venus, and Elizabeth Embry of Mineral Wells. Please remember all of the family of Robert Berry in your prayers. He was the grandson of the late Tom and Ona Berry, who had for years here in Muleshoe Berry Electric. And repeating, Robert Berry, 58 of Venus, formerly of Muleshoe, died suddenly of an apparent heart attack on Monday morning at his home in Venus. The funeral services will be at 10:30 Monday morning at the Creekwood Church in Mansfield, Texas, under the direction of Blessings Funeral Home of Mansfield. Please remember the Berry family in your prayers. We'll be back with more Muletrain news, and we'll tell you about how the Muleshoe Mules and the Lady Mules rank in district action on the basketball court.
Leo's, the best place to get fajitas, burritos, salads, and grilled cheese. They also have the best seasoning ever. So go to Leo's Mexican Food Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas. The best Mexican food ever.
This edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, along with the First Bank, where you can show your school spirit now with the First Bank School Spirit MasterCard debit cards available for the Muleshoe Mules. Just go by today, the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 202 South First Street, 806-272-4515. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swipe your card with the School Spirit MasterCard debit cards available for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, or Bovina Mustangs today at the First Bank, member FDIC.
The JV boys and girls basketball teams of MHS will play at 5 o'clock Friday evening, Roosevelt, here at Muleshoe High School's new gym. Then at 6 o'clock, the varsity Lady Mules will play Roosevelt in district action, and following that will be an 8 o'clock game between the Muleshoe Mules and Roosevelt. All games here in Muleshoe. The standings as of Friday morning are: in District 2-3A basketball for the girls, Idlew and Muleshoe are tied. Idlew 5-1, the Lady Mules 5-1 also. Idlew is 19-5 on their season, where the Mules are 12-7. Then there is a 3-way tie for second place right now in the district with the girls. Shallowater, Lubbock Roosevelt, and Littlefield are all 4-2. However, Shallowater is 18-5, Lubbock Roosevelt 16-5, and Littlefield 15-8. Then comes Slayton 1-5, Freona 1-5, and in last place in district, Dimmitt 0-6. On the boys' side, Littlefield is 4-0. Shallow Water is 3-1, and so is Dimmitt. Slayton 2-2, and so is Idlew 2-2, and the Mules are 1-3. Lubbock Roosevelt 1-3 also, and Freona 0-4 in the boys in district. Now in 4-1A on the boys side, it's led by Spring Lake Earth 1-0. Nazareth also 1-0 along with Hart, so a three-way tie there. Now, Spring Lake Earth Wolverines are 12-7 on their season. Nazareth is 11-9, and Hart 3-4, but all are 1-0 in district. Then Crest is 0-1, Silverton 0-1, and Lasbuddy 0-1. And the girls in the same district, 4-1A, Nazareth 2-0, Hart 2-0, Silverton 1-1, Spring Lake Earth Lady Wolverines 1-1, Lasbuddy 0-2, and Crest 0-2. Brian Huseman is retiring from the ranks of coaching at Littlefield High School. He is retiring as the winningest head football coach at Littlefield after 26 years. And there is a Twitter story on our Twitter feed here on our front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, that you can read the whole story from the Lubbock Avalanche Journal. Under Huseman's guidance, Littlefield garnered 6 district titles, earned 14 playoff berths. In the postseason, the Wildcats won regional 3 times, quarterfinals twice, and appeared in the state title game back in 2006. Coach Huseman said, "The kids in Littlefield are hard workers, plain and simple. Blue-collar, hard-working kids that have helped me do some of these special things at Littlefield High School. It's great to look back on them, but it's also all about the kids." All friends of Cleo and Ruby Ward are invited to help them celebrate their 60th wedding anniversary on Sunday afternoon, January the 22nd, at the Parkview Nursing Care Center here in Muleshoe from 2 until 5. Please accept this, your invitation to attend. St. Anne's Catholic Church of Bovina is having their annual sausage dinner on Sunday, January the 29th from 11:30 until 2 at St. Anne's Parish Hall on 3rd Street in Bovina. They will serve homemade German sausage, creamed potatoes and gravy, green beans, homemade sauerkraut, cranberry sauce, relish plate, homemade bread, homemade desserts, tea, and coffee. Donations are asked for adults, $12, and for children under 6, $6. Takeout plates will be available at no additional charge. Sausage will be available to purchase the day of the dinner or by contacting Annie St. Anne's member prior to the dinner, according to Joanne McDonald. In our bargain basement, we have for rent a lot to park either a mobile home on or a travel trailer. Call 806-566-9993. That's for rent a lot to park either a mobile home on or a travel trailer. Call 806-566-9993. 9993. The Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous meets every Friday and Tuesday night at 7 o'clock at the First United Methodist Church here in Muleshoe at 507 West 2nd. AA is a fellowship of both men and women who strive to stay sober one day at a time and help each other do the same. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment.
The California Pizzeria and Salad Bar is now open in Muleshoe next door to the Dollar General on West American Boulevard. Dine in or carry out by calling 806-559-8316. Jesus, Ophelia, and Nora prepare light and fluffy, freshly made pizza dough daily, along with a make-your-own salad bar that comes free with every pizza. California Pizzeria is open Monday through Saturday, noon until 8 p.m., and open on Sundays as well from 4 until 8. Order Supreme Pizza that comes with 8 toppings, or make your own pizza choosing from pepperoni, beef, sausage, black olives, mushrooms, onions, jalapenos, ham, bell pepper, pineapple, or tomatoes. Choose up to 4 toppings for a medium pizza for only $7.50 or large $8.50. Supreme Pizza $10 for a medium or $12 for a large. Light and fluffy crusts along with the fresh toppings and a tasty sauce make California Pizzeria your next stop when the whole family is hungry. The best pizza in town is California Pizzeria and Salad Bar on West American Boulevard next door to Dollar General. Dine in with Jesus, Sophia, and Nora, or you can call for carryout 806-559-8316. They're open Monday through Saturdays, noon until 8 p.m. and Sundays 4 until 8 right here in Muleshoe.
We now have 3 new nurse practitioners working through the Muleshoe Area Medical Center at 708 South 1st Street here in Muleshoe. They are Christy Lee, Leo Neria, and Jana Soto. To make an appointment with Christy Lee or Leo Neria, you call 806-272 7544. That is the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, which is located inside of our hospital. Dr. Bruce Purdy has working with him at the Family Medical Clinic of Muleshoe across the street from the hospital, Jana Soto. Welcome to the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. These 3 new nurse practitioners to help us stay healthy and happy in the new year of 2017. Christy Lee, Leo Neria, and Jana Soto. Rolando Rojas tells us that his mother, Hilma Rojas of Muleshoe, had hip surgery earlier this week in Plainview in the hospital there, and she is now in Olton doing rehabilitation. Please remember Hilma Rojas of Muleshoe recuperating from her hip surgery in Olton. And by the way, she has worked at the Parkview Nursing Care Center for 50 years. Isn't that something? That is dedication. On our prayer list also, please remember Scott Dudley of Amarillo. He is the son of Naomi Watson Sanders of Decatur, and of course she was reared here in Muleshoe. Dr. Richard Albertson, he is a doctor in Duncan, Oklahoma, but he formerly was a Muleshoe High School teacher and coach. Lavinia Garlington has been moved back to the Lake Ridge Nursing and Rehab Center in Lubbock. Please remember Lavinia Garlington in your prayers. She's suffering from pneumonia and also lupus. And her husband, Lloyd Garlington, here in Muleshoe. Tanya Neal Heflin, daughter of Miss Merlin Neal. Tanya was reared here. She is recuperating from recent surgery. And Cassie Schaefer of Colorado Springs, daughter of Marjorie Precure of Irving, former longtime resident of Muleshoe. Cassie was also reared here, and she also is recuperating from surgery. Francis Del Toro of Muleshoe has been moved from University Medical Center to the Parkview Nursing Care Center, according to Dora Triana. Please remember Francis Del Toro at the Parkview Nursing Care Center, a new resident there, and her family. Cody Johnson and his wife and children. Cody is a Muleshoe High School teacher. Ruby and Cleo Ward, Patricia and David Smith, Wanda Wiley's sister, Linda Rogers of Amarillo, Doc Jones back at the Parkview also, Lucretia Shannon, formerly of Muleshoe, now of Lubbock, at home after her hospital stay, Violet Dean, former longtime resident of Muleshoe, Robert Gallman, Eric and Angela Hall, Jean Paul and Corlin Jarman, and it's been good to see Jean Paul out recently. Doyle and Leela Sue King, Bob and Nina Landers, Anna B. Lane, Laurinette Mason in hospice care in Lubbock, Landon Nichols, Mary Ellen Robertson, Clinton and Maxine Rogers, all of our servicemen and women and their families. Also, our Mrs. Santa for 2016, Irma Leal. Joe Copley, who is recuperating from knee replacement surgery. Barbara Jones Parton of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, who was reared here, daughter of Hattie Ray Jones Lambert of Lubbock. She's had a pacemaker put in successfully this week. Doris Scott, Dorothy Sorley, Brian Taylor, Dorothy Turner, Glenn Watkins. Please remember these families in your prayers. The family of Jerry Warren, 99, of Fort Worth. She was the sister of Bonnie Carpenter and Jim Carpenter, both of Muleshoe. James Brown, Buck Markle, the father of David Markle of Muleshoe. Mary Helen Wade, the mother of Janet Morgan of Muleshoe. Joe Manzanellis, a Spring Lake Earth High School student who was accidentally electrocuted recently. And another Spring Lake Earth student, Macy Foley, who died of acute asthma attack recently. She was the niece of Tamara Jones Churchman of Muleshoe. Deborah Churchman Etheridge, 64, of Hereford, formerly of Sudan, the sister of Scott Churchman of Muleshoe. Remember Jinx Myers and Rowena in your prayers and their family. Greg Combs, a son of Larry and Berta Combs, and also Gladys Black and her family. Betty Noble and her family. Ed Cox and Carol in Richmond, formerly of Muleshoe. Ed fell and injured his shoulder recently. Mark and Lisa Allen are all in our prayers, along with Robert and Maureen Hooten, Louis Wayne, and Wanda Schaefer, Barbara Blackman and her family, and Mary Nell Bleeker and her family.
Well, it's time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News on Reach Broadband Channel 6 in our rotation. Also find it free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. We'll hear from a ham operator in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 77 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. They're owned by the members they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online, bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle all hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
This is what hams call a ham shack. My wife calls it my pout house.
When he was growing up in Brownwood, Jerry Benbow's neighbor was a ham radio operator.
So I got to where I was spending a lot of time over there with him, so he just took me under his wing and taught me all I know, and I've had my license now for 63 years.
Ham radio got its name from amateur radio operators who weren't very good and were called hams, like ham actors.
Amateur radio has been around since about 1912. It's nothing to come over and sit at that table there and pick up Australia, New Zealand, Japan, anywhere, in Europe.
When Jerry started in ham radio, communication was by Morse code.
I could still copy code, but I'm a lot slower than I used to be. I could receive about 30 words a minute at that time, which is pretty fast. You never forget it, but you get rusty.
When he was 16, he got a message from the island of Guam. It was during the Korean War, and a pilot from Brownwood had crashed his plane and had several broken bones. He had been in a hospital in Korea, but was transferred to a hospital in Japan. Word about his hospital transfer needed to get to his wife. That was Jerry's job.
The pilot's wife answered the door, and I never will forget the look on her face. I could tell that she didn't know whether to believe me or not. But I did give it to her. She did take it.
When Jerry was serving in the Army at Fort Polk, Louisiana, he talked to his fiancée by ham radio.
I talked to a ham radio operator back here by short wave, and he would call who was to be my wife on the phone and plug her in, and we practically arranged our wedding over the short wave. I was out in the field in a 3/4-ton truck. This is Whiskey number 5, Victor Oscar Echo. Whiskey 5, Victory over Evil, calling CQ40 for a short check and short QSO. Bands are not very good right now. Some clouds and rain somewhere. CQ40, Whiskey 5, Victor Oscar Echo. W number 5, Victory over Evil, calling CQ40 and listening.
Jerry Benbow of Brownwood. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.